everyone, welcome back to Measuremix. Thanks so much for stopping by today. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you like DIYs, then stick around by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything new. Today I'm collaborating with 3 other ladies to bring you guys some farmhouse decor and DIY ideas. I'm collaborating with Holly from Living It Country. She has great farmhouse style and does farmhouse DIYs. Also, Heidi from Happily Thriving Heidi. She is currently doing a 1 room a month makeover challenge on her channel, which is so inspiring to watch. And then also Lindsay from Domer Home is joining in, and she is thrifty and budget friendly. You won't believe what she can do with a small amount of money to make over a room or DIY something. I love watching all of these ladies' channels, so definitely check them out. Their links are down below in my description box. Go and show them some love and support. There will be a playlist for our collaboration today, so you guys can click on that to see our videos back to back to get some farmhouse inspiration, and that will be linked down below in my description box. So for my farmhouse DIY that I'm making for you guys today, I'm going to be making a potting bench, or it could double as a bar cart for outside on my patio when I entertain. I've wanted one of these for a long time, so I got on Pinterest to get some inspiration and found a few ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and make mine out of some things that I already have around the house and repurpose some items. So hopefully this will give you guys some inspiration to make your own. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm starting out with this shelf that I got about 8 years ago at Michael's for $5. It just came with 1x2s and some screws. I had to put it all together. So I think you could easily replicate this just by going to Home Depot and buying some 1x2s or 1x3 furring strips. They're really cheap and you could build it yourself. Next, I'm going to be using these cedar fence boards. They're 6 foot long, and I had these left over from my faux shiplap fireplace that I did. I have 6 full ones left over that I'm going to be using. Also, I'm going to be using 2 of these 1x3s that I had in my garage just to modify the shelf a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is modify this shelf, and I'm going to do that by measuring in between the 2 legs for each shelf. Then I'm going to take those white 1x3s and I'm going to use those measurements and cut them down to size. Then I am going to place the 1x3 in between the first shelf in the legs, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my nail gun with 2-inch nails and nail them into the shelf. And I did that the same way for the bottom shelf as well. This is just going to make it easier for when I place the cedar fence boards on top here like this, so that way the boards are level with the shelves. So that's all I'm doing here is I'm placing the 6 cedar fence boards out and making sure they all line up at the bottom. And then I'm just going in and using my 2-inch nails in my nail gun and nailing them down to each shelf. Now the basic construction of this potting bench is complete. This is how it looks after it's all put together. I did want to go ahead and add a shelf to the top there where the cedar boards are. So I had a leftover piece of fence that was already partially cut, so I just measured it the size of the shelf that I needed, and then I went ahead and cut that down. Now I'm just going to go ahead and give everything a fresh coat of white linen chalk paint, and then I did come back with some polyurethane and go over everything to protect it. I also went ahead and spray painted some L brackets, the screws for the L brackets, and some hooks that I already had out in my garage with some hammered black spray paint. And then after everything was all dry, I came back and installed those L brackets onto the cedar fence boards, and then I just installed my shelf on top of those. Then I did come back with my nail gun and some 2-inch nails in my nail gun, and I just nailed the cedar boards to the back of the shelf so that way they wouldn't wiggle around or anything. And now I'm just taking the hooks that I had painted and I'm installing those to the bottom here of the bench. After the hardware and the shelf were all installed on the piece, it was pretty much complete and it was time to be decorated. So I had a piece of leftover cedar board from where I had cut the shelf, and it was perfect size to make a sign out of. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how I did that. I just went ahead and took some white linen chalk paint and lightly brushed it on both sides of the sign just to give it kind of a weathered look. And on one side of the sign, I freehanded the word flowers, and then I flipped the sign over so that it could be a reversible sign, and on the other side I wrote the bar, and I just freehanded both of these with my Sharpie paint pen, and then I came back and filled in some of the lines to make them a little bit thicker to make it stand out a little bit more. And I think this sign is perfect for the potting bench and for a bar cart, so I can use it as both, and all I have to do is flip the sign around and change some things around. So I absolutely love how this turned out. I cannot wait to have people over to entertain, to use it as a bar cart and have drinks on. And then when I'm not entertaining and it's just sitting out, I can use it as a potting bench and I can plant my plants on and use it to hold flowers and things like that. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some inspiration on making your own potting bench or bar cart, whatever you choose. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to check out Holly, Heidi, and Lindsay's channel for some more farmhouse inspiration and see what they did for their videos. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, bye-bye.